everybody, welcome back to the Firahs podcast. The podcast we have a good conversation, have a little bit of fun, and get down to some topics, man. Obviously, usually I'll be telling you what I'm sipping. It's just water today, to fail. With a healthy tip today, so yeah, man, let's get into it. We've got a lot of topics actually, quite a few. So yeah, let's get straight into it, man. Krypton Conan. Now, Krypton Conan are basically being accused of selling their souls. I think there was this guy on Snapchat, I believe, them Snapchat stories, basically talking about them selling their souls. So let's listen to Krypton Conan, or I think this is Crypt, right? Crypt gives his response. A funny story though. I did tell a Crypt story. If you don't want to go check it out, do your thing. Anyways, yeah, Crypt. Let's see what you got to say.
Don.
Anyway, let's try again.
You lot think there's just some Don in a black cloak that comes and buys your soul, fam, and puts it in a jar or something? Like there's some building with bare souls in a jar. Like, what are you lot talking about, fam? Are you lot stupid or something? What are you, bro? You lot think there's just.
So let me read out his tweets as well. So Conan says, "I see this clip going viral again of me talking about my old manager voice on the Finn KMT. He was trying to get us to sign so he could get his cut, which he didn't even get. If you think we would sell our soul for Freak of the Week, you're not well in your head. The video is clickbait. The fact that I have to even address this again makes me realize how stupid you internet people are. KMT is Ramadan and I'm fasting, so this topic is harasser as it is, but the cheek of you thinking we ain't talented enough to achieve what we have without doing devil shit is a wind up. Did anything else happen? Yeah, there's so many shit artists that have achieved more than us, but you think we're the ones that had to sacrifice people. Kiss my fucking teeth. If you don't like us, just say it with your chest. Stop the fake stories, and when we see each other, we can sort it in it. Anyway, let me go back to fasting. Stop talking about my dead friends, because UK is very small. I will snapshot your picture and do you in real life. Be safe though. And then there's a little screenshot of saying when Krypton Conan sold their soul. They see a rising star and immediately want them under their control. Listen, man. This whole Illuminati selling your soul, music industry, the conspiracies will go on for the rest of musical careers. It's just one of those conversations that will never go away. It's something that we hear about on a regular basis. Personally, for me, I don't know, man. Listen, I don't believe Krypton Conan sold their soul to the devil as much as I don't believe there's a conspiracy that maybe there are people doing that anyways. You got artists out here claiming that they're bloody the devil and worshipping it and all whatever. Is that just part of their brand, or do they actually do that at home? I guess it's something that we will just never know. Um, it's an interesting time that we're in, discussing Krypton Conan. Now, I believe this is something to do with. Obviously, they're talking about Freak of the Week, I'm assuming, right? Now, apparently, it came out that they sold their soul for that tune. Now, obviously, not long ago, was it Crep that was doing a show with my man from Kidderhood? Is it Femi? Something like Femi. I think his name is Femi. Um, it's basically saying they never really made any money anyways. So, if they're not making money, then how are they selling their soul? You know what I mean? Selling your soul means at least you gotta get a bag with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Personally, I don't believe that Krypton and Conan sold their soul. More time I'll come on and say some madness, but I don't believe so. To be honest, I just don't see it. If they did, I feel like it will be obvious to see. But I feel like Krypton Conan's success are more prone outside of their music. I look at the success of Krypton Cones. I look at the success of the baby business that Crep got with his wife. I feel like the BBC Free show. I feel like their success is more notable outside of music. I feel like they do way more better outside of music and being entrepreneurs and TV presenters or whatever they're doing on their TV side. They might be doing something, the acting side. I feel like their success is more prone outside of music than it is in music. For me personally. So for that reason only, I don't really know what Play Dirty is doing. Is Youngin still on that shit? I don't know, bro. I don't know if Play Dirty is in terms of music. But do you know what I'm saying? In terms of music and even label wise, I don't see much of a success over that side. Of course, they got hits, classics, um, but I don't see that Illuminati worthy of success. You know what I'm saying? If they sold their soul to the Illuminati, and that's all they got to show for it, nigga, you need to go back to the masjid or to the you know what I'm saying? Pray to Allah, nigga. Because if that's all you got, bro, the devil didn't do shit for you, nigga. You might need to go find heaven. Do you get what I'm saying? So on that basis, I agree with Crep. I think and Conan. I think people are just too busy always speculating on Mandem's success. And listen, look at Krypton Conan's catalog of success, bro. Outside of music, it's really good. It's actually not trash. So on that basis only, man, I don't agree with it. But anyway, Krypton Conan, what do you man think? Did they sell their soul for Freak of the Week? I mean, goddamn, Freak of the Week ain't even the best tune. Why are you selling your soul for that garbage? Come on, man. Good song, man. Is he that freak? Come on, man. You ain't selling your soul for that, man. Come on, man. Maybe waste my time. Maybe don't waste my time, huh? Is it don't waste my time? I don't know, man. Anyway, they got some hits, man. Anyway, Cryptocurrency, man. Anyways, another story. S Club 7. Paul Catamol passed away. He is one of the legends of the group duo S Club 7. Um, did some great things over there at S Club 7. Definitely a legend in my eyes. I'm trying to see if I can find a video because, I like playing videos nowadays on the podcast. But nah, man, S Club 7, they were also in conversations of coming back to do a whole tour. I don't know if this unfortunately cancels out the tour. But yeah, it's a sad sight. I don't know if many of you really watched or remember S Club 7. I don't know who's listening. I don't know if it's older man them, younger man them, but don't stop, never give up. You know what I'm saying? Like they had hits. Most notably just that hit. They probably had more, but like that's the only song that I resonate solely with. But yeah, anyway, listen to a little clip. This is Sky News breaking the story. I'm probably not going to get much commentary after that. I don't really have much more to say, to be honest. But anyways, yeah, let's listen to it.
The S Club 7 star Paul Catamol has died at the age of 46. The band's manager has said there's no suspicious circumstances, and the band has released quite a long tribute message on Twitter that says we are truly devastated by the passing of our brother Paul. There are no words to describe the deep sadness and loss we all feel. We were so lucky to have had him in our lives, and are thankful for the amazing memories we have.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stop it there. Yeah. So S Club 7 obviously tweeted it out. You heard him read it out. Listen. Um, we're losing a lot of legends, whether that's through tragedies, whether that's culture, streets, drugs, etc. So there's always sadness someone passes away. Listen, S Club 7 will forever be a staple in most 90s babies' childhoods, I believe. And yeah, man. Hopefully, S Club 7 can still go on tour as they were planning to do so. And, listen, the fans will come out. Yeah, shout out to S Club 7. Rest in peace to Paul Catamol. Hopefully the family and everybody else is staying nice and safe, and are celebrating, his life and the success that he was able to share with the world, and also, with his family at home. So S Club 7, Paul Catamol, R.I.P. Coolio died from fentanyl overdose, which is kind of like a pain relief, something I believe. Let me see if I can find the article for this one. I think I have it here. Yeah. So let's go. Yeah, Coolio passed away from fentanyl overdose, is what the Guardian is basically talking about. Now, I think we have a very the drugs game, whether that's in a celebrity world or whether that's within hip hop. It's becoming a very dangerous world. Um, we've always known that people either over consume drugs. We all heard that Michael Jackson was apparently over consuming sleeping pills. etc., etc. Doctors was giving him too much or whatever, because he was struggling with sleep. I don't know if there's anything more that made me anxiety. I'm not sure. Not gonna start speculating now, like I know I don't. But I remember, sleeping pills was one of the big factors where it was just overtaking too much, and obviously it led to his unfortunate death. Um, Doctors, obviously, when dealing with high caliber people, just tend to overcompensate, maybe even sometimes forget their morals and just give. Because these dudes, that they really do have the bag, dog. And sometimes some of these doctors just want to take the bag or whatever, or I don't know. They just. You always hear stories about doctors maybe just doing a little bit too much with certain prescription drugs. Now, fentanyl is a prescription drug. I don't know if he was getting it from a doctor, was able to get it from somewhere else, but he's getting a drug that's normally a prescribed drug. Obviously, him having money gives him the ability to potentially gain access to fentanyl without maybe having to go for a doctor. I don't know, but that's just me talking shit. But I want to, I remember when we, people overdosing on drugs, people taking lean. You got Little Peep, you got I can't remember that rapper, man, Juice World, and people overdosing. There's another one, JME. Bro, I can't remember his name anymore, man. But anyways, like, there's just always conversation surrounding the drug game and the easy accessibility that they have. Obviously, when you have money, it's probably very easy to get access to certain things, certain illegal substances, or even getting too much of a legal substance, because you can get more than a legal amount, because you can just pay someone to go grab it and people will just give it to you because money talks. Um, it's becoming an issue, I think, where we need to start monitoring doctors really. Forget like drugs like cocaine, weed, whatever, right? That's another conversation. But when it comes to drugs that doctors are given, it needs to start being monitored. Then there needs to be a way to figure out how to maybe even get it out of the black market, stop overselling. Um, there's a lot of rules for others, but different rules for some other people based on maybe the public status of them, their name, the brand, the business. And we need to start really figuring out what we are doing to help try and protect people from. Sorry, my cat is like trying to do some madness. But yeah, we need to look at our way to try and protect people. And yeah, man, that's basically my opinion on it. I hope Coolio's family, being able to find out exactly what happened to him is good for him. Is what he wanted to find out. So listen, man, drugs in this game is a dangerous path. I have nothing really to add rather than just be careful for anybody else who if you're taking drugs, make sure you know what you're taking, make sure you know what it is. But yeah, man, Coolio died from federal. What do you guys feel about that? Another story that I want to get into. Listen. Let me get into the bullshit, man. We're getting into the bullshit right now. King Charles, yeah. Yo, I don't even know, like, bro, what I was reading. So, anyways, King Charles clearly, he's taking the reins, he's getting gassed right now. Now, taxpayers to pay 8 million for public portraits of King Charles. Listen to this: 8 million of taxpayers' money will be spent on placing a portrait of King Charles. Public bodies, such as schools, local councils, police, and fire station. State-run organizations can request one frame portrait each when the scheme launches later this year. Oliver Dowen, the councillor of the Duchy of Lancaster, said the pictures would serve as a visible reminder to buildings up and down the country of the nation's ultimate public servant. Um, right. Listen, one statue somewhere, cool. I believe every king, every king, queen, who serves his country, define serving, they don't really do much, but serves his country. Bro, listen, in the history books, you deserve to have your statue. I ain't even mad at it. 8 million, dog. Hey, bro, man's looking to have a statue all over the England, blood. Man's talking about schools, fucking fire stations. Why are you at the fucking fire station? Anyway, listen, man's really letting us know. Listen, I'm King Charles. First of all, we know you're King Charles, bro. Like, okay, like we know who you are, bro. Like, I'm not even trying to disrespect the brother, but bro, ski 8 milli? Nah, fam, that's too much, bro. That's too much, bro. 8 milli to put a couple of. Now, this is the thing. This is the thing, bro. I royal family to me is so old fashioned. Like, I have no problem with the royal family. Listen, I need to get some water. Like, I have no problem with the royal family thing. I don't really follow it. I know some people do. I know some people don't. Um, I know for most people within the black community, Asian community, you kind of just end up feeling left out of that shit. Anyways, you're not really involved. I don't really cares about you. You exist. You know what I'm saying? Meghan Markle, she had to flee to bloody USA. You know what I'm saying? We know she ain't even dark skinned, so let's not talking. Let's not even talk about that. It's very interesting. I feel like the Queen, did her thing by merit. King Charles, I feel like, is trying to be irrelevant. Like he's just trying to almost put himself in the history books without being allowed to be in the history books. Does that make sense? Like he hasn't really done anything, right? I remember there was that one dude. I don't know if it was Richard, Andrew, whatever his name was, the guy that was like a pedophile, and the Queen kind of protected him because it was like her brother, cousin, or whatever. I know he like revoked his royal pass that just said, "Nah, nigga, you're not allowed to be around us." Cool. That's not enough for like 100 statues, bro. You need to do something that allows her to look and go, you know what, King Charles, you're the man still. But like, he ain't done nothing. He's been in power for like 5 minutes. He's trying to take 8 minutes to put a couple of statues in schools. Do half of the schools care? Probably not. But are they gonna say yes? Yeah, they're probably hoping that he might visit the school one time and be like, oh my god, like, yeah. Do a little ribbon thing, cut it like they open a business, but it's bloody a statue that we all paid for anyways, right? So we're paying for. We're celebrating him having a statue that we paid for. We don't even know what he's done for the country, bro. Next topic. I ain't gonna lie to you, that is stupid. 21 police officers are being convicted. So let's get into this story. Now, 21 convicted in largest ever child sex abuse case investigated by West Midland Police. So, 21 people have been convicted for their part in the largest ever child sex abuse case investigated by West Midland Police. The victims were 12 years old or younger, and the abuse took place over nearly a decade in Walsall and Wolverhampton. The abuse came to light after concerns were raised following a hospital visit by one of the victims. The offences against the children were some of the most shocking abuse that I've ever seen in my career. Shout out to Detective Sutton Sutton Paul Drover. I said they have been through a significant amount of trauma. Obviously, the victims, right? Um, bro, all these faces are white. That's crazy. Bro, it's just bad police officers. But then again, the police is majority white, anyways. It's not even like I'm taking a dig at people white. That doesn't mean nothing. I don't even know what I said about that. But anyways, it's a weird one for me, this conversation with the police because I this story is really good, but there's the thing with the police; they're so protected, right? That you always feel like when they try to bring us justice for something that's happened, there's something bigger that's being covered up, and they don't want to come out. So let's push these lot and keep this safe. You know what I mean? That's just speculation. But listen, man, the police, bro, I can't even. There's probably more than 21. That's 21 so far that's been convicted. Pedophilia at the moment, I don't know if it's on a rise, sorry, but bro, it is. I feel like I'm hearing about rape allegations, abuse allegations, sexually or non-sexually. It just always seems to be a recurring conversation. So you know what, the police just needs to do better. Like just do better. To be honest, I feel like I'm really tired of talking about police officers. I can come here and rant about it for like half an hour, but at the end of the day, like in a part of 6, 7 podcasts, I feel like I'm always talking about either rape or racism, and I can't be asked. We're talking about all the time. So listen, 21 convicted. Shut the fuck up. Go to jail. I don't ever see man in the streets. If I do catch man in the street, you heard me? Yeah, yeah. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But anyways, next story. Snoop Dogg and Seth Rogen on how Europeans smoke weed. Now, there's an interesting conversation.
I'm just being honest with you. Like whenever
with this conversation right here, so
go to like
I'm gonna.
like I'm just being honest.
I'm trying to play.
Like whenever I would
bloody hell, it's just playing automatically. But anyway, let's play it. But no, that's not a play. Anyway, Snoop Dogg, Seth Rollins talking about weed.
Like, I'm just being honest with you. Like, whenever I would go to like certain countries, they weed was so fucking garbage. We would get some hash and the hash, but like take it to another level.
Yeah. Do you find yourself getting arguments with a lot of Europeans about putting tobacco
I
in
hate
their
that
joint?
shit.
I do too.
Wait. What is this?
They put fucking cigarettes in they fucking weed.
Yeah,
and when you hit it, it's like a hell of a head rush.
Yeah.
If you're not careful, that shit'll blow your fucking head.
Oh, it's crazy.
Why would they ruin weed with tobacco?
That's exactly what they think. Like, oh, I'm taking it and kind of expanding it and stretching it out and taking a little bit of weed.
It's a money thing, maybe. Too.
And then they put a little bit of weed and a lot of bit of fucking tobacco.
Yeah.
And you don't want to take tobacco into your lungs, right?
No.
Fuck no.
But it also doesn't get you high the same way.
It gives you a head rush.
Yeah,
it's fucking you up.
Because if I took a hit of a cigarette like that way and I went,
yes,
the whole chest gonna blow up.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. Yeah.
Like, I'm just being honest.
Yeah, so I think it's a funny conversation because this conversation I hear all the time. Obviously, I used to smoke weed. I don't smoke anymore. Quit that shit. But it's interesting. Whenever you speak to Americans, it's always like, yeah, bro, we smoke it pure weed. But here in the UK, our weed isn't really pure. We don't really have legal states either, like in America. We're not Amsterdam. So you're gonna get basically a lot of very, very cheap weed that's probably been mixed with some random shit or wherever. Um, you also got to remember as well that like it's basically like what he was saying. I mean, rich people, rich nigga shit. Like rich people are obviously gonna have more pure weed anyways, right? That's just fact. And the broke are gonna try to almost prolong it. Or but anyway, people in the UK who are rich still put backy in their weed anyway. It's just a culture that we grew up on. But I would agree with Snoop Dogg. I just think it's a bit wild, man. Smoke it pure, man. You know what I'm saying? Pure weed. Sorry, this podcast is a bit shit. It's going very quick, but like I got shit to do today, so we're literally scheming through these topics so I can get on to do some work. But listen, weed smokers, let me know what's the correct way to smoke. Backy? No backy. You let me know. Another conversation I want to talk about is who is the tinetempah of this generation. It was an interesting conversation where a lady and a couple of mandem was talking about like who is doing a business at the moment in terms of who's like the hardest right now in the UK and has that kind of like level of success that tinetempah had. So let's listen to what they have to say.
Tinetempah was actually
a superstar.
He was mega star. Like
he wasn't mega. What I'm saying is, in that sense,
Tinetempah has a good. Like no one can deny that Tinetempah knew what would blow. Well, like he knew what's popping. Yeah, popping. Bane is not Tinetempah. Who is Tinetempah of this generation?
There's none
Apart from maybe Storm.
First
I don't think
Stormzy.
deep. Yeah, that was it.
I'll be honest. He's like, hey, he's gonna kill me. Okay, not exactly, but similar. Hey, you guys gonna cook me, Tion?
Which Tion?
Tinetempah.
No,
Tion.
yeah, right.
Okay, think about it. Okay, not.
He can't make that. I think I see what he's trying to do there, but I don't agree.
Nah, I hear it.
In what sense?
In the sense of single wise, you can't chat to Tion because he's doing numbers, all of that stuff. Festivals, Tion was doing like mad stuff. Literally.
His music is literally
literally the number one with drill, all that stuff. They get it like
album wise, you're not trying to hear him. You're not trying.
Nobody think this shit.
Tinetempah though, album wise, were you trying to hear him?
No,
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. You're not trying to hear him. No, it's not because Tinetempah was at. No, it's not.
It's an interesting one. So obviously they compared Tion Wayne to tinetempah. Obviously discussing. I don't even know how Young Bane was in that part. Young Bane's been irrelevant for so long that I don't even remember his last hit. Because that birthday shit with Steph London didn't even touch the surface of the streets. No one cared. But no one cared. I don't know what's going on. This is it disturbing London? The thing, tinetempah's thing. Ironically, is on the tinetempah. Tiny, you've ended his career in like 10 seconds. I can't even lie. But Tion Wayne. They're trying to say he's the new tinetempah of this generation. In terms of the type of music, is very different. tinetempah was down the very commercial route of music. Would never compare the two. tinetempah, was doing much more like pop rap anthems, in my opinion, with raps in there. But like he will collaborate with a lot of like the super poppy niggas, and rap over some of their beat. Oh, gotta know. You know what I'm saying? And he'll be like, yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like he's all got like, yeah. Nigga, that ain't hip hop, dog. Like, come on, man. That's not hip hop, dog. That's not hip hop. I'm sorry. So no. Was any of us really checking for that Tiny Temper album? No, but the white chicks was. Is what I'm saying. The white people was checking for that Tiny Temper album, dog. Like he had that. His fan, like the fan bases aren't the same. He came from the streets, but he wasn't making street music when he was popping. You know what I'm saying? Like why after Wifey Riddles, which is probably like the last time I remember him doing anything really for the streets, and it wasn't even for the streets, it was just for the chicks. Maybe like them hood chicks. When he blew up after that, like, the nigga was just making kind of pop tunes, really. Um, I wouldn't compare it to Tia Wayne because Tiny Temper was making hits that was hitting a different type of level of sales and ceilings to a Tion Wayne, in my opinion. But listen, Tion Wayne has good singles. Debatable how many of them are him on his own, but you can say the same for Tiny Temper. I wouldn't say Tiny Temper and Tion Wayne are by any means at the same level when they were in the prime. Tion Wayne's like in his prime now. Tiny Temper used to be back in that 2011, 2012, whatever, 2013 era. I wouldn't say I still think that Tiny's Temper's ceiling was a lot higher in his prime than Tion Wayne's is now. Tion Wayne is a UK superstar. Tiny Temper for me had a bit more of a reach outside of the UK than a Tion Wayne, in my personal opinion. However, Tion Wayne has more respect, in my opinion, within the culture of hip hop, rap, the niggas, than a Tiny Temper, because Tiny Temper just kind of feels like he got his fame, ran off, went to the white man and said, bye bye niggas. Like, I'll just come back for my flowers when I'm done. And Tion Wayne is kind of riding that drill. Actually, he said, he's going number 1 with drill music, and he said it's really holding it down for the culture. Obviously, different times as well. We've got to take in the time different. The UK back in them days, if you was doing hip hop, you weren't really blowing up like that. Let's do fact. But you really are now. Listen, Tion Wayne is not Tiny Temper of now, and he's not making commercial-ish music. He's making more cultural hip hop music that's now just being more accepted, especially with the rise of social media. You can't really deny a hit anymore. Streaming services, you don't have to pay for music anymore, so you can't deny hits now. You are more easily. There's more easier ways of going on the charts than pure sales. Whereas more Tiny Temper's timing was more like you have to buy the CDs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you had to almost cater to white people a bit more then, because us niggas just didn't have the money. You know what I'm saying? You don't really want to be. You don't really want to market all your shit to the streets when the streets don't have the peace. So I can also understand why Tannington went the way he went. Tid Strider went the way he did. Chip went to the States, signed with a label over there, ended up with Hustle Gang as well for a bit with T.I. You understand when people was making all these moves because you can't market to man that just ain't got the money to pay for you, bro. That's what it is. But I want to know what you look. If I was to pick like a Tiny Temper of our generation, to be honest, I don't know. No one really acts like Tiny Temper. There's not really like a standout artist in my opinion. The closest I would say is probably Stormzy. Um, Stormzy can go down this gospel, really commercially route, and then always remind us that he can spit bars. So if there's anyone that's close to Tiny Temper, it's Stormzy. Stormzy now, he can say goodbye to us, but he will always come back with a tune or two to remind us that, listen, man, like when he shut down Wiley and that, Stormzy, to me, is the modern day Tiny Temper. Just a much better rapper and artist. Because Tiny Temper, I don't know what people thought about Tiny Temper. He's not good. I'm sorry. I mean, bro. Does anyone remember bars from Tiny Temper? Like, do we? No, I've never heard anyone go, ah! Hey, them bars were crazy, though. Hey, did you hear tinetempah on this joint? Crazy. Never heard anyone say that about tinetempah. Like, never. Like, never. I think even Tinter Strider, as much as I sometimes make jokes, Tinter Strider, like, but even on that game over, like, people were like spraying the bars. Like, remember that game over remix shit when you had like Tinter Strider, Chip, and Gigs is on there. That was it. Devlin. Well, it had a bad niggas on it. Professor Green. About the fam, I've never heard anyone come to me and tell me, "Yo, you hear these tiny temper bars?" To even say Stormzy is a modern day Tiny Temper is kind of disrespectful at this point. Tion Wayne is kind of disrespectful at this point. Nigga, like, we were singing along to the hooks. We did not care about Tiny Tempers. But now, Pass Out, it's a good tune. Yeah. Earthquake, I've been here. Stay up. Maybe that's an earthquake song. Yeah, that's the difference. That's the earthquake. Pass out. I'm gonna pass out. Yeah, pass out. He had a couple of bars, I think. Nah, nigga. Listen, Tiny Temper. If we're talking hip hop and rap, it's not in the conversation for even top 20. Bro, then I do a list. I forgot Tiny Temper existed in that list. I can't even lie. tinetempah does not get on anybody's top 10 rap list. Top 20? No. Fam, I'll say it right here. I know too many niggas is way better than tinetempah at spitting bars. Blood. Tiny fucking temper, you know. I can't even believe I was just talking about that. But anyways, Page Cake! Hey, listen, Page Cake came up with some bars. You know what I mean? She came back with some bars from Miss Tennessee. Give me 6 wings and chips, please. Listen, shout out to Paige Cakey. She dropped bars. I was really feeling the vibes. You know what I mean? I want to play it, but I don't know if I gotta get copy strike. So I ain't gonna play it. But listen, go check out the bars, man. Paige Cakey came back with bars. I'm gonna show you a little something. Tennessee did kind of respond. Listen, bro, my phone's just pinging right now. I don't want it to be pinging like this. Come on, man, relax, brother. Relax. But yeah, Tennessee responded after hearing the bitter standing outside Tennessee dropping tree. She goes, best song you've ever dropped because it's about me. For anyone that's not seeing the visuals of that, I just had to look very, very sadly at Tennessee. Listen, she then goes, a whole 2 weeks later, she's really been getting to work. I admire it though. Kickstarting her music career back again. Tennessee. For anyone that's still not watching the video, I'm very disgusted by Tennessee. Now, obviously, you get me, Firahs had to chime in with his little thing. So I must have tweeted at Tennessee. If you ain't gonna respond with bars, respectfully, stay silent. And I'm gonna say that again right now. She did obviously a little video of her kind of like dancing to the tune, whatever. You know, she's enjoying the limelight that she's getting from Paige Cake. Now I did tell Paigey, me not think that you gotta respond to this stupidness, you know. But she came back with some bars. I love it. Tennessee. Listen, man, let me go to you write some bars, man. You're looking out here looking kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? You're dancing to your diss track, cool. You know what I mean? I don't know if you're dancing because she's telling you about your little football team that you're out here giving the Uka 2000s. I don't know. But Tennessee, man, 6 wings and chips, please, boss man. You get me? And I want a burger with that as well, bro. You feel me? Maybe you're sliding an extra piece of chicken to my nigga. I like to eat, you heard? I don't know, bro. I think Tennessee should respond. Holla Digga D, man. He might give you some bars. You feel me? I don't know, man. Just go suck his dick. Get some lyrics. You might suck it and get some lyrics through the cum or something. It would go into your brain, and then you'll just be able to spit. Do you know what I mean? You know, like that movie Space Jam when you touch the ball, where they touch the basketball, because they juiced up all their powers, and they touched it, got all the powers back. She might get them with a dick sucking. Oh, you don't know. I don't know. But Tennessee, I want to see some bars, man. Pick up a stick and drop some bars, man. Just pick up a stick and drop some bars, man. All this dancing around your diss track, it ain't cool. I know you need some content for your career, your non-existent career, but it's cool. Like, listen, man, you're more popular than me anyway. It makes you lit. I'm more of I'm the grind scene. You don't know what I do in the game, which is cool. But nigga, please, just spit some bars, please. I just want to see some back and forth female rapping, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, Paigey Kagi. You got to think about the bars, man. Paigey. Don't drop a second track though. She doesn't respond. Like, I beg you stay out of it because it is kind of getting boring. She ain't gonna do it now. We all know it. Man's out here dancing to your diss track, man. At this point, like, you gotta let the chicks do what they gotta do, man. She ain't got nothing else to do better. So, anyways, it's your boy Firahs. It's been your Firahs podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed the conversations, and we'll see you back here again for another conversation, another topic later on in life. So yeah, big up to everybody that's been locked in, and take a I don't know. Man. Anyways, happy Easter, man. I mean, it's Easter today, so I guess there's no point me saying that. Anyways, I'm done.